Hey, welcome back. So you want to see how we changed the bad and bottom tiers? Well, for this particular video, I got some help from some of my fellow Goose Goose Duck players. Let's start things off with two roles that are always on at the same time: the Bodyguard and the Hitman. While we think that the Hitman is fine the way it is, we feel that the Bodyguard is one of the worst roles in the game. The main reason for this is because you are essentially a basic goose for the entire game, whose purpose is to die for someone else. And to make matters even worse, your target can even be killed even if you are right on top of them. The reason for this is differing internet speeds or ping, but that still doesn't help the role get any better. Our suggestion for improving these roles is to make it more like a real protective agency. If your previous target gets killed, you get randomly assigned a new one after you come back from a meeting. This would also give the Hitman a new target, and you can balance their earnings by reducing how much money that they make per kill. If the Bodyguard is killed in the line of duty, then the Hitman goes back to being a normal duck, which isn't that bad. We also think that the Bodyguard should automatically take the shot from the assassin if their current target is about to be assassinated in a meeting. With these changes, Bodyguard and Hitman now gain a fun new surprise element that will surely make playing as them much more enjoyable.
Good day, ladies and gentlefish. It's your friendly neighborhood shark attack here. Now, if there is one role that a lot of players hate to play as, but honestly isn't too bad compared to some other ones on this list, it's Birdwatcher. Now, seeing through the walls to catch someone doing something ever so naughty is very useful for the Goose team. However, one thing that really holds it back is not being able to use that lovely ability when those lights go out. If you're using the ability when the lights go off, you're essentially just staring at a wall blindly. Any duck that comes by will know what you are probably doing and kill you. Murder. We think letting this role be able to see in the dark would help it significantly. You could even give it some cool green night vision or something similar. Make it so they don't see perfectly like the ducks can during lights out. And even to help balance it further, the cooldown timer can also be increased if balancing becomes an issue with this change.
Heyo, Broken here. Now, we are here to talk about the Locksmith role. First off, this role can only appear on maps that have a jail, which already limits its usability overall. On top of that, you're essentially just a regular goose for 95% of the game. The few times you can let someone out of the jail cell aren't even worth it, because there's a good chance that the one you let out is the killer, and they would just thank you by slicing your head off. We think this role would be so much better if it had the ability to unlock any locked door in the game, specifically the ones that are part of duck sabotages. This would make the role a lot more valuable for the entire Goose team. Some of us think you could even go one step further and give the Locksmith the ability to lock one door as well. Granted, this would definitely need a cooldown to go along with it. But either way, the Locksmith should have more to do with all the doors on the map and not just the jail doors.
Hey guys, I'm Honeybee, and here is how we would fix the Mortician role. If you have played this role before, you know how difficult it is to find a body, and to make matters worse, you still have to wait a couple of seconds after finding the body for your autopsy ability to finish. I've even seen situations where a vulture can come and eat the body you were trying to autopsy, so that makes it even more disappointing. We realized that if you gave Mortician vulture's blue indicator arrows, then that might make it too strong, since it would be notified immediately when someone dies. However, we do have an alternative fix. Why not give it Technician's red circle for detecting sabotages? The circle can even be a different color since it's for detecting dead bodies. This ability can even be activated by a secondary action button in order to avoid instantly detecting kills. Either way, the Mortician needs an indicator to help it find bodies, because as it currently stands, it almost never gets to use its ability.
Alright, we are halfway there. Let's move on to my favorite role in the game. Notice my sarcasm. The Detective! This role lets you scan someone to see if they have committed murder or not. It used to be a one-time activation that kept track if someone had killed during the entire game. Now it lets you scan once per turn, but only if anyone killed in that same round. Here's why this is bad. The body is either gonna get called before you get a chance to scan someone, or you might clear a killer by mistake, since they likely won't have killed yet. Sometimes they even kill you after you scan them, making this roll even more embarrassing. Now I totally get it. The old way made you pretty much a regular goose for 90% of the game, since you could only scan once. But the new way is also terrible, because the majority of your scans will show up as halos, because you will likely scan a killer prematurely. I think a simple fix to this roll, that can give you the best of both versions, would be to keep it as it is now with a new scan every round, but instead of detecting someone based on what they did in the current round, have it detect them based on what they did in the previous round, aka before the meeting was called, thus giving you a chance to go out and scan anyone you suspected during the meeting. We feel this would greatly help its usefulness without letting it become too overpowered, since it's such a simple fix, and would give the detective a lot better usage overall.
What's up? It's Guy Garrison. Here's another role in need of a simple fix. The Snoop. The role is only exclusive to the mansion map, and the main reason that everyone preferred the other maps over this one before the latest update. This role allows you to hide in wardrobes, leaf piles, and a toilet. It seems okay, yeah, but unfortunately, once you're in your hiding spot, you really can't do anything. Except just wait there and hope that no one sees you coming out of it. Unlike the mechanic, who can camp and move between 2 to 3 manholes at a time, which is handy for spying on several places, and choosing a clear one to escape, it really just gives you more options. We think that Snoop should also be able to have travel mechanic, like the mechanic, but only between the wardrobes. You could even say that there's like a hidden staircase in the mansion, like Clue or something. I don't know. Either way, give this role some mobility, please.
Hey everyone, I'm Muse. Let's talk about the medium role. This role is average, but overall not very exciting anymore. It used to let the players see the ghosts of the dead players, but that eventually led to the ghosts ganging up and hovering over a killer, thus getting them voted out with the duck having zero way to stop it. Other times, the ghosts would just troll the medium, leading to others getting ejected. Either way, the ghosts had too much power and thus they were scrapped from the medium's ability. Now, the role just tells you how many players are dead. Useful, but pretty boring. Our suggestion is to add markers, either different color gravestones or spirit flames, that only the medium could see with their ability in the locations where another player had previously died. This can help counter the professional role, since a marker will appear where the invisible body is. This can also be used to catch a killer lying about where a body was reported. There are so many new possibilities available to the medium with this additional change.
Hello everyone, I'm Teus Flips, and I'm a Canadian. So, we only have a couple of roles left. Now we move on to the Politician, aka normal goose role that can't go to jail? That's all it does. Not a very exciting role. Luckily, it's only available on maps with a jail, but how could we possibly improve this role? Frankly, we couldn't come up with anything that wouldn't completely alter the role. In Among Us mods, there was a mayor role that could skip their vote during the meetings and start accumulating votes. Then, when they did finally vote, they would unload all of their accumulated votes onto one player. Well, we understand that can be pretty overpowered. We still feel politicians should gain something like that. Perhaps make it so they can only accumulate a certain number of votes and have it unload power only work once a game? You could even go as far as to have the politician be revealed as they unleash their votes, as a suggestion for balance. Whatever you all decide, this role definitely needs an improvement of some kind, because as it stands right now, it is one of the worst roles in the entire game.
Alright, for the last role on this list, we have the Lover role. This suggestion was given by our good friend Kara.
Hola, my name's Kara.
And it's a pretty damn good suggestion if you ask me. The biggest obvious problem with this role is that you end up doing tasks the entire game since you are essentially a regular goose. If you're lucky enough to get the goose and duck lover combination, then it's a little more fun since one of you can kill and sabotage. But it's still just boring tasks for the lover goose. Kara's suggestion for improving this role would be to just have the lovers be a secondary role on top of the other roles in the game. Granted, it would only work with the goose and duck roles, since the neutral roles usually have solo win conditions of their own. But just imagine a lover mechanic and vigilante, or a lover sheriff and silencer, or a lover morphling and mimic. The combinations would be really fun and breathe so much life into the lover roles. Well, hopefully the developers take a look at this someday and possibly incorporate these changes into the lover roles. Thank you, Kara. I truly appreciate your input.
Hopefully the developers can change the role to something similar to what we suggested. Bye for now.
And with that, our list is finally complete. A special thank you to all my Goose Goose Duck friends who joined me in this video. You can find all their channels in my video description below. Thank you again for watching, and we'll catch you all next time.